A lot of people think that Nagumo is wasted character potential, and it's true. After all the hype and build-up to become the main antagonist in the second year arc, he ended up written out with little to no action. Kinugasa's choice of plot was not favoring him, but it still doesn't change the fact that Nagumo is a very great character. Let me explain it to you. Some of you might think Nagumo is an evil character, and that was true. He can be cruel if he wants. In Volume 8 First Year Arc, he purposely targets Tachibana just to make Manabu and the third year upset. Manabu also stated that Nagumo expelled quite a lot of students in his year. Yes, he might be evil, but that is a perfect attitude for an antagonist. Nagumo believe in meritocracy, where people are valued based on their ability despite the class they belong. Students like Koenji and Horikita will be valued highly despite coming from Class D, and people like Yahiko will be treated poorly despite coming from Class A. Even if his way is chaotic, he fights for his own justice. His way of thinking might come from the fact that he is the best student in his year, but was originally placed in Class B. He took over Class A in no time, and then he controlled the entire year. He might be a dictator, but he promises to give a chance to transfer to Class A for the student he deems worthy. For that purpose, the students in Nagumo year must hand over a big portion of their monthly point to Nagumo. The collective point will be used to transfer the chosen students who won the lottery, such as Kiriyama. They need to accept the condition or they will have a hard time in school, or worse, get expelled. Kiryu Fuka is the only student who didn't follow Nagumo rule, but Nagumo let her be because he deemed Kiryu worthy. Nagumo promise is not just sweet talk. And like Manabu who just lets things be the way they are, Nagumo uses his authority as student council to maximize their source of private point. One of his methods is to arrange the special exam like what he did in the uninhabited island exam. We could see Nagumo influence in the free ride card, where the owner of the card will receive half of the private point reward of the designated group. It's been mentioned that all students with this card in Nagumo year use the card to Nagumo. If Nagumo successfully claims first place with at least 25 free ride cards on him, the school obligated to give students at least 12.5 million point. And it's only for the third year. If all free ride cards are successfully used at first place group, the school needs to give at least 37 million points. It might be enough to transfer to students with just a single exam. Nagumo also often gives a proposal to school, such as a treasure hunting cruise ship and an extra day for a cultural festival. It might look like a fun and happy event, but it still forces the school to bring out more points. This is one aspect that makes me choose Nagumo as better student council president than Manabu. However, if we are talking about achievement, overall ability apps is Nagumo magnum opus. It is a manifestation of Nagumo meritocracy. With overall ability apps, we could see student real value, regardless of their class. This apps makes it easier to determine which students need to keep and which to cut off. You could say that the expulsion of Sakura Eri is the epitome of Nagumo ideal. Nagumi Miyabi is undeniably a very talented student. He has the ability, vision, and principle. We rarely see him in action, but he is a top soccer player, has the best overclability in the entire school, and has the absolute control for his entire year. However, one thing that he never gets is a worthy opponent. He lives his life in boredom, sitting at the throne without anyone to challenge him. Despite all his achievements, he always asks himself, is he truly a king? Or maybe he is just a donkey claiming himself as a king because there is no lion in the jungle. That is why he always tries to challenge Manabu and Ainokoji, even if he needs to abandon his people. He wants to challenge them to prove that he is worthy to be a king. Sadly, he never got what he wanted. Manabu ignores him, and he never gets a proper fight against Ainokoji. It might be karma for all his wrongdoing, but it's a sad conclusion for us, the readers. It's hard to like Nagumo as a person, but you cannot deny he is an interesting character that will be missed after he is gone. There is only one volume left for him. I hope Kinugasa give him a proper farewell, or, if possible, a bit of hope for the future.